This is that Chamaecrista, I think. That correct names and all I'll write in the title. It comes out quite well in the pots and all. And this plant is something I collected from this one of these rocky outcrops. And then little bit about how to grow this some of these endemic species. Here I try to recreate a plant community of the rocky outcrops of Western Ghats. So you can take a shallow plate like this. Those rocky outcrops, many of them, they don't have more than an inch of soil. So this one has a depth of only about this much, this plate, this much. And then you fill up with a little bit of that, some small laterite rock pieces and all to recreate that kind of situation. And then you can add little compost and some light sand and soil. And then it does well after aging a little bit. That microorganisms and all have to settle down and all. And there's no outlet for the water to go out. So just like those rocky outcrops, the water comes in, and then when the rain stops, it stops flowing out. So there will be a little stagnant, little hollow in which these plants they're able to survive that water logging a little bit and all. And so you can do that. And then you can plant few of the species that grow in such locations. Here I have selected one Lindernia or Bonnaya, one of the two. It's a small flowering plant. So this one occurs in those rocky outcrops, small plant communities. So one plant is there. Then this also occurs in very shallow soils also, with 1 inch and all, in high humidity. So this also I planted one. That species name I'm going to write in the title. Then this Phaulopsis imbricata. It's a shallow spreading plant that can tolerate waterlogging as well as in deeper pots. So I use this to mop up extra moisture because it grows fast and it can be trimmed. It's one of that versatile plant, either this one or that alternanthera can be used. So one plant for which drinks lot of water, so that if there is extra moisture, it will balance it out by consuming lot of water. Then one legume, this one, and then one of that Cyanotis cristata. It also can survive in a small, with a very small amount of soil. In small crevices and all, it can grow. So this one I planted. And then so one Phaulopsis, then this Cyanotis cristata, and then one of the spermacoci also I planted. This spermacoci, this is the smallest of them what I could find here, and it's not looking too happy, but it survived. That one. This also can drink a good amount of water. Then a moss. So few more plants can be added. like many of those tiny plants. For example, if one wants more color, then you can make a little pot like this, that outcrop you can recreate, and then you can put more of these, this Lindernia, so that you can cover it up with that. You can mix and match the species. So when you want to, if you want to grow these endemic species, the rocky outcrops, basically you go and observe those rocky outcrops where these plants are growing. Proper observation. You can sit and look at it deeply again and again, so that you understand how they operate. Then get some of those plants, imitate that situation by putting soil, little sand, some then little bit humus and all that. Try not to get earthworms in there, because they disturb it. Then after that, you start growing something. Once this kind of this kind of container can last for a couple of years. You can amend the soil and all periodically by adding small amount of chicken shit. From this much you can sprinkle, like how bird poop, if the bird poop comes, how it will be, you can imitate that. So the basic principle is, you first observe the natural habitat where these plants are occurring. Then you recreate it as to the best of your abilities, that similar situation, and then get those plants and plant it there, and then likely to succeed. And if you do this for a couple of years, you will become an expert in that. This is the only way to save some of these endemic species also. Little rarer ones and all can be grown in this kind of water container.